Hey guys, SMZ here. We're back playing Raid Shadow Legends. And guys, I might have discovered a new crazy combination with Paragon, Mr. Cheese. So I have already made a video on why Paragon is one of the best champions to pair with your damage dealer on the Chimera because he gives a lot of utility. He keeps your nuker alive on the Ram form and he gives you debuffs for the Viper form. Just a crazy good champion, especially if you're using him in this set. So I've been playing around with this, and last week our clan actually managed to win the CVC for a change, and we got some clan relic mats. And I was able to craft this relic, Valkanen's Grasp. It's a clan relic. I read this relic, and my immediate thought was Paragon. It has to be Paragon because I'm using him in that particular area, and it will allow me to do a lot more damage, right? It might even unlock that trial, one of the trials on the line form of the block damage. Does it work like that? So I tested this out. I did my Chimera Ultra Nightmare key this morning, and I actually this is the run finished. I was able to do in the end 13 trials, and my damage number was 181 million. So this damage number was around 15 million higher than what it was last week. So I was like, okay, wow. But then I looked at the Paragon's damage and look at this. It's measly. It's nothing. It's lower than what Arbice is doing without anything, right? So if the reflect damage is working, then that shouldn't be happening, right? And then when I went into the run, the reflect damage seemed to proc every time I had the unkillable on. So let's watch here. The unkillable is on, right? And now as soon as he takes a turn, does it proc? And I was noticing, look at this, notice this. Do you see this? Reflect damage just went up. So this reflect damage was showcasing on to me every time that the Chimera would take a turn and I would have unkillable on. So I was like, yes, I am doing damage. But then I look at this number once again and I am very disappointed. But then I thought sometimes what happens is that the damage numbers, because it's a reflect damage, it's similar to, for example, the poisons on the dragon. So if you use Staltus on the dragon hard 10, he reflects the poisons back. And that damage is not attributed to Staltus. It's attributed to the dragon himself because that's where the poisons are coming from. So I thought maybe something like that is going on, which is why the overall damage is higher, but that's not being counted towards Paragon, right? So what I did was I added all these damage numbers together, and guess what? It adds up to exactly this number, which means none of that is happening. So the reflect damage is popping up, but no damage is being attributed. So what I did next is let's go into the Chimera fight, and I'll this is a funny find. So I'll just take in Paragon, right? He's wearing that relic still. So first one, he'll remove the debuffs, though I will actually he already takes that turn. So now I will put unkillable. Look at the damage number. He takes a turn. Reflect damage popped up, right? We saw that. Damage 0. Yes. Let's continue. That 19k is not due to the unkillable reflect. It's because Paragon did a hit with his A3. Let's try it again. Will this work? So unkillable on and nothing. This seems to be a bug. Plarium, fix your game. Why is this not working? And it's not like it's not working everywhere because it's not working in the Chimera. I have tried this on the Hydra as well. Let me show you very quickly. If I go to the Hydra, let's go to Nightmare Hydra. I take these two champions because Mischief Head is in, and Mischief Head obviously takes away the unkillable. So that's why I'm bringing in Arbice with the taunt, so she can take away Mischief's buffs. Let's do that. Unkillable on me. Now, no damage, no damage, no damage. Everybody's hitting. I mean, now I have to do damage, but let's notice that damage. Only 14.595, nothing moved. No damage again. So no, this effect is not working in the Chimera or the Hydra. Is it working everywhere else? Yes, it is. So I've been experimenting. Maybe I can make this team work elsewhere. So one of the areas I've been experimenting is Phantom Shogun. Now I'll show you that it is working. It would be lovely if Paragon could solo this fight. Unfortunately, he can't because after the shade counter ramps up, he starts ignoring unkillable, right? But you'll notice that he's doing damage. Do you notice this? His health bar is going down. Obviously, this won't work because, as I said, shade counter is going up. He will ignore unkillable, but he's doing the damage. There you go with the reflect. So it is working here. I've tested this. This works in basically all the dungeon bosses. It works on Doom Tower bosses. But for some reason, it's not working in the Hydra and it's not working in the Chimera. This would have been such a cool relic. It would have been such a cool mechanic was this working properly. So if this is a bug, then Plarium, if you're watching this, please fix this. Because this would have been an amazing addition. I would love to run this on my Paragon. I would love to run this on my Man-Eater, for example. For example, this Ice Golem team that I have, I've made a video about this. If you haven't seen it, please do. This is slight changes. Instead of Sierra bringing in Thor, I've given Man-Eater the same relic. Reflect damage, the wording does pop up, but the damage is not that much. Not that much damage, okay, I would understand, but not working at all. And if you read the description of that relic, it's not that little damage. 5%, and then I already have it on level, what is it, level 9. So it's supposed to be 15%, and bosses do a lot of damage, right? So this should be reflecting back a lot, and that should allow you to do some of the trials on the line form. So please, if you're watching this, Plarium, please address this. Hopefully this can be patched because this would be an amazing thing. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. And yeah, see you next time.